secured atmosphere, but when it comes to inviting the true representatives of the people for sincere dialogue, they claim the conditions are not right. When they host international events, they declare total success with peace and harmony, but when pushed on the subject of hosting constitutional reforms and referendum, they claim the country is overstretched in means by ongoing fight against terrorists. When they want to put their various politicized and misleading national events, they claim every part of the country celebrated with patriotism and tranquility. But when charged with the commitment to invest in infrastructural development, they claim violence by separatist fighters makes the regions unconducive for capital projects. When they want to borrow and seek for loans, they claim everything is set for execution, but when called upon to carry out designated projects, make countless complaints about the presence of troublemakers. When they are on political altars, they claim their government has done the unthinkable and reached out to everyone everywhere, but when asked to visit their respective villages through the roads, they blame separatist fighters for insecurity and poor roads. When they see global support, they claim they're a democracy with respect for human rights, but when put to the test to implement dividends of democracy, they raise alarm on the activities of separatist fighters. They may deceive some people, somewhere, sometimes, but they will not deceive everyone, every day and everywhere. We've come to the end of this article from Comrade Don Wannabe and also the end of our editorial for today. I'm sure you see the whole political gimmicks. Well, if you want more of these articles, more of articles like this, kindly visit our website at www.abcambertv.com for more. Subscribe, become a club member, and a part of this winning strategy. Find our payment details on your screen. I am Star Smart reporting for Undaunted ABC Amber TV.
Thank you, Star Smart, for that report. Now let's bring you sports. In sports today, Tottenham Hotspur forward Son Heung-min needs surgery to stabilize a fracture around his left eye, and his involvement in the World Cup is in doubt. Son, who is 30 years, suffered the injury during Tottenham's 2-1 win in Marseille in the Champions League on Tuesday. Gab Edison has more.
Latest world sports. Son Heung-min, Tottenham and South Korea forward, a doubt for World Cup. Tottenham Hotspur forward Son Heung-min needs surgery to stabilize a fracture around his left eye, and his involvement in the World Cup is in doubt. Son, 30, suffered the injury during Tottenham's 2-1 win in Marseille in the Champions League on Tuesday. Following surgery, Son will commence rehabilitation with our medical staff, and we shall update supporters further in due course, said a sports statement. South Korea's first game in the World Cup is against Uruguay on 24th November. Tottenham have not said when Son will have surgery and have not put a time scale on how long the former Bayern Leverkusen forward will be sidelined. Manchester City playmaker Kevin De Bruyne broke his nose and eye socket in the 2021 Champions League final but played for Belgium in the 2020 European Championship 19 days later. Son has scored 35 goals in 104 appearances for his country, who are in Group H in Qatar alongside Portugal, Ghana and Uruguay. In the more immediate future, the injury is a blow for Spurs, who hosts Liverpool in the Premier League on Sunday, 16:30 GMT. Antonio Conte's side are third in the table, 5 points behind leaders Arsenal, having played one game more, then face Nottingham Forest away in the third round of the Carabao Cup on 9 November, and Leeds United at home in the league on 12th November before the break for the World Cup. Son has had his form questioned this season, but scored a hat-trick after coming on as a substitute in the 6-2 win over Leicester City on 17th September and netted twice against Eintracht Frankfurt in the Champions League on 12th October. Tennis. Paris Masters. Rafael Nadal loses to Thomas Paul with Dan Evans and Jack Draper eliminated. Rafael Nadal is out of the Paris Masters after a second-round defeat by American Tommy Paul in just the Spaniard's second match since the US Open and first since becoming a father. World number 31 Paul came from a set down to beat Nadal 3-6, 7-6, 7-4, 6-1. Defeat for Nadal, who has battled an abdominal injury since the summer, saw his hopes of ending the year as world number 1 a huge blow. British number 1 Cameron Norrie lost the French qualifier, Corentin Moutet. There are no remaining British players in the draw, after Dan Evans and Jack Draper were also eliminated in the second round on Wednesday. Nadal 36 has also played once a Lava Cup doubles match alongside Roger Federer since losing in the fourth round of the US Open in early September. He faded towards the end of the second set against 25-year-old Paul, who secured one of the wins of his career. The Paris Masters is the final regular ATP Tour event of the season before the ATP Finals get underway in Turin on 13th November. Both titles are missing from 22-time Grand Slam champion Nadal's illustrious trophy cabinet. At the end, I need days on the tour, Nadal said. It's true that for the last 5 months, I didn't spend enough days on the tour. I don't even say competing on a tennis court, I say on the tour, practicing with the guys. That's what I need. On competing at the ATP Finals, Nadal said, I'm going to try. If nothing happens, if I'm feeling okay, to be there a little bit earlier than usual and have some practices. Just give myself a chance to enjoy another finals. You never know when it's going to be the last, especially at my age, he added. So I'm going to give my best to enjoy this one, and then next year's, of course, I'm going to fight to be back there. And following defeats for Evans and Draper, Norrie shock loss to qualifier Moutet. Late in the day ended British interest in Paris. World number 13 Norrie did not get underway against Moutet, ranked 64th, until after midnight, just under 3 hours later. He lost the third set tiebreak, falling to a 6-3, 5-7, 7-6, 7-3 defeat. Having made 27 unforced errors and served 4 double faults, Moutet will be back in action on Thursday when he faces Greek world number 5 Stefanos Tsitsipas, who beat British number 2 Evans 6-3, 6-4. Tsitsipas' 24 recorded breaks of serve early in both sets against 32-year-old Evans, who is ranked 27 in the world. Meanwhile, Draper lost to American US Open semi-finalist Francis Tiafoe 6-3, 7-5. World number 21 Tiafoe made a breakthrough in the 8th game against left-hander Draper before saving 2 break points as he served out the opening set. British number 3 Draper, for the 5th in the rankings, was a game away from leveling the contest at 5-4 as the second set continued on serve. But Tiafoe closed out the match by winning 3 successive games. Draper will contest the upcoming next-gen ATP Finals for the season's best players aged under 21, which takes place in Milan from 8 November. Former world number 1 Andy Murray lost his opening match against Frenchman Gilles Simon on Monday. Daniel Medvedev also suffered a surprise defeat by Alex de Minaur in his second round match. Russia's Medvedev, who won the US Open last year, lost 6-4, 2-6, 7-5 to the Australian. Gab Ellison reporting from Daunted, ABC Amba News.
And that was it for tonight, Undaunted. And with that sports report, we've come to the end of Undaunted tonight. But before we go, here is a recap of our major stories.
Colonial Governor of Far North region of La Republic du Cameroon promises sanctions for civil servants fleeing insecurity. Indian elites in frustration their hat out to La Republic du Cameroon's head of state, Paul Biya. PCC pastor hospitalized after a fight in church.
Today, we told you that traditional rulers of Watsa village, Ewume John Echo, says Baba Dampolo is after his life. Also today, we told you that a girl child has been saved from the hands of a rapist by farmers in Boya. And in sports, we told you that Song Him-min, Tottenham and South Korea forward has a doubt for World Cup. And that was it for tonight on Daunted, bringing to the news on Church Stories. On behalf of Michael and Coach Smart and the entire Undaunted crew, we say thank you for tuning in. I am Onye Opala.
We'll leave you with ABC Amba TV images. Good night and God bless you.